Hi friends, this is Aishwarya from freshersworld.com. Welcome to our YouTube channel on jobs and careers. The topic that we are going to look today is averages. So what is averages? We generally know the formula. Averages is nothing but sum of observations by total number of observations. So this is the basic formula of averages. What do they generally give? They will give you a set of numbers. You add all the numbers divided by the total number of numbers, and that's how you're going to find averages. There are basic concepts which you should know for solving the averages. So first is consecutive numbers. What is consecutive numbers? It's nothing but x plus 1, x plus 2. I will tell you why we should know these and the type of problems which you can easily solve from these kind of problems. So first is consecutive numbers, which is nothing but, let's take x as 1. So x plus 1 is 2, 3. Similarly, let's take x as 50. Then x plus 1, 52, 53, 54 and so on. So these are consecutive numbers. Consecutive odd numbers. For consecutive odd numbers, it is x, x plus 2, x plus 4 and so on. Let's take x as 1. So it becomes 1, 3, 5, so on. Let's take x as 90, then it becomes 93, 95, 97 and so on. So for consecutive odd numbers, you know the formula is x plus 2 of the x variable. So let's take for consecutive even numbers. So here the formula is same as consecutive odd numbers. So this changes based on the value of x that you take. Let's take x as 2. So it becomes 4, 6, 8 and so on. Let's take, I'm taking the x as 44. So it becomes 44, 46, 48 and so on. So now you understand the concept of consecutive numbers, consecutive odd numbers and consecutive even numbers. So when you face these type of questions, I will tell you how easily to find the averages of them. So first question that they have given is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So as you can see these are consecutive numbers. So by seeing this, you don't have to do the general averages formula like adding all these, dividing it by 5. By seeing this, it is always known that the middle number is your average. You can cross check it by adding it and dividing it by 5. So if you're given a consecutive number, always remember that the middle one is the answer for that. Let's take another example. What is the question here? 1, 3, 5, 7. So this is nothing but consecutive odd numbers. So similarly, let's take it for consecutive odd numbers or consecutive even numbers or whatever be the question. Why we understood the consecutive numbers, consecutive odd and even numbers? That's because all these three types, always the middle number will be your average. You should always remember this. Once you see this, you don't have to calculate anything. Within split second you can write the average is nothing but 5 here. Let's take the next question. So they've given us 5, 6, 7, 8. So these are consecutive numbers. So as we know that in consecutive number, we should always take the middle number as average. So middle between 6 and 7, so which is nothing but 6.5, which is the average. Let's take another example. So what they are given, 21, 23, 25, 27, which is nothing but consecutive odd numbers. So as usual, we take the middle number as the average. So what is between 23 and 25? It's nothing but 24. So 24 is the average here. So if you see the question to be falling under consecutive numbers or consecutive odd numbers or consecutive even numbers, always remember the middle number will always be your average. So you don't have to waste your time in finding out the average formula and doing substitution. In split second, as you see the question, just write the middle number as the answer. Let's solve a couple of problems in averages. So in case of averages, the common type of problem that you see is average speed. In average speed, there are two concepts. If they are of the same distance and if they are going on a different distance. So in case of same distance, we will face these two formulas. 2xy by x plus y. Here 3xyz by xy plus yz plus zx. Similarly, in case of different distance, the formula that we use is a plus b plus c divided by a by x plus b by y plus c by z. So these are the formulas which we should know for solving the average speed problem. Let's solve a couple of questions to understand this concept much better. The question that they've given is, a boy goes to school from home at a speed of 10 kilometers per hour and returns back at 30 kilometers per hour. Find the average speed. So we know the formula that 2xy by x plus y. Why are we taking this formula? Because they are given two variables like x and y. So 2 into 10, 30 by 10 plus 30 is nothing but 40 here. So 15 kilometers per hour is the average speed. How else they can ask? They can give you three speeds and ask you to find it using the formula 3xy by xy, 3xyz by xy plus yz plus zx. You can substitute in this formula to find the average speed for three variables. What is the other way of asking? They won't give you the speed. They will give you the distance and time. So we know that speed is equal to distance by time. So find the distance by time. You can find the speed. So once you know the speed, you will know the variable and you can substitute in either of the formula. So when you will apply this formula, because it is of the same distance, the guy is going to school from home and he is returning back to the home. So he is covering the same distance. Let's take his distance from home to school is 10 kilometers. Same distance is the one he is going to cover back from school to home. So in case of same distance, we have two formula, which is 2xy by x plus y and 3xyz by xy plus yz plus zx. So let's solve another question with different distance. So in case of this question, they are giving it as a boy covers 10 kilometers at a speed of 5 kilometers per hour, 30 kilometers at a speed of 7 kilometers per hour and 20 kilometers at a speed of 15 kilometers per hour. So by seeing the question, we know that he is covering different distances. So the formula of different distance will be used here. So what is the formula? A plus B plus C divided by A by x plus B by y plus C by z. So ABC means a distance here and XYZ is as usual the speed. So what is the first distance he is covering? He is covering 10 kilometers. So 10. Then he is covering 30 kilometers. And then he is covering 20 kilometers. So he is covering 10 kilometers in 5 hours. So 10 by 5. He is covering 30 kilometers at 7 hours. And he is covering 20 kilometers at a speed of 15. So once you solve this equation, you will know the average speed that a boy takes for all these distances. The topic that we are going to look today is averages. In the previous video of average, we dealt with the basic concept of averages and some simple sums. In this video, you will be solving much more tougher problems to understand this concept better. So let's get started. The first question that they have given is, the average age of ABC is 28 years. If the average age of B and C is 29 years, what is the age of A in the years? So, if you see in averages, it's more like ages concept where you have to split the question, understand it better. You can see that the answer is always inside the question if you understand it better. So, let's split the question first. Average age of ABC is 28 years. So, how do we write this? Average of ABC, A plus B plus C divided by 3 is equal to 28 years. What is the second part of the question? If the average age of B and C is 29 years, B and C average is 29 years, they are asking for what is the age of A. The age of A is the one that we have to find. So let's just solve these two. So A plus B plus C, this can be multiplied here. 28 into 3 is 24, 3 to 7, 8. So it is A plus B plus C is equal to 84 years. So next go to this question. B plus C by 2 is equal to 29. So B plus C is equal to 9, 18, 58. So now we have two equations. A plus B plus C is equal to 84 and B plus C is equal to 58. Once we subtract it, we know that we will obviously get the age of A. So A plus B plus C is equal to 84. B plus C is equal to 58. So let's subtract it. So B gets cancelled. We get the value of A, subtract it, 6, 26. So the age of A in years is nothing but 26 years. So what did we do here? We split the question into 3. First we took the average of A, B and C. Then we took the average of B and C. So once you subtract it, you got the value of A. Let's go to the next question. So the next question is, the average of 10 numbers is 8. If the average of first 9 numbers is 7, find the 10th number. So as usual, let's split the question. First they are given average of 10 numbers is 8. So average of 10 numbers is 8. Then the total value will be nothing but 10 into 8, which is nothing but 80. What is the second part of the question? If the average of first 9 numbers is 7. So the average of the first 9 numbers is 7. So then the total value becomes 9 into 7, which is nothing but 63. So this has the first 10 numbers, this has the first 9 numbers. So 10 minus 9, which is nothing but the last 10th number value you will get. So nothing but you have to subtract 80 minus 63, which is nothing but 10 minus C is 7, 17. So the 10th number is nothing but 17. So what did we do here? So they have given the question, the average of 10 numbers, we find the total value of it. Then they have given the average of first 9 numbers. So we got the total value of it. If you subtract it, you will obviously get the 10th number. Let's solve the another question. The next question is, the average of 10 numbers is 8. What will be the new average if each number is multiplied by 5? Let's split the question as usual. Average of 10 numbers is 8. The average of 10 numbers is 8, which is nothing but the total value is 10 into 8, which is nothing but 80. What will be the new average if each number is multiplied by 5? Which is nothing but, so we know the total value is 80. We are telling each number is multiplied by 5, which can be written as 80 into 5, which is equal to 400. So what are they asking? They are not asking you to find the total. They are asking you to find the new average. So we know the total value is 400 and the total number of numbers is 10. So 400 by 10 will give you the average. So 400 by 10, which is nothing but 40. So 40 will be your new average. So what we did here, so the earlier 10 numbers average is 8. So we got the total value. Then we multiplied it with the number they told that, which can be multiplied with each number to get the new average. So we multiplied the given number into the total we found out, divided by the total number of numbers, which will give you the new average. Let's go to another sum. So the next question that I have given is average of 5 consecutive odd numbers starting with 5. So odd number 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and we are starting with 5. So it's 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. Instead of adding all this and dividing it by 5, if you have seen our first video, we have told a trick that consecutive numbers, always the middle number is the average. So you can directly write it as 9. So in this case, it's a very small question where they have asked for starting with 5. There are certain questions if they will ask for starting with 91 or starting with 93, then you don't have to add each and every number and divide it by 5. So in case of the consecutive numbers, always the middle part is nothing but the average. So you directly write it as 9. Topic that we are going to look today is averages. So in the previous part of averages, we dealt with the simpler problems. From now on, we will be going into much tougher problems to understand the overall concept better. So the first question is, the average marks obtained by 150 students is 30. If the average marks of the passed candidate was 40 and that of the failed candidate was 20, find the number of candidates who passed the exams. So let's take the number of candidates as X. Okay, so first what they have given, average total number of students was 150. So total number of students is 150 and their average marks is 30. So we know to find the overall number, we should multiply the number of the students into the average. So 150 into 30 is nothing but 4,500. So what else they have given? So they have given the average marks of the passed candidate was 40. So passed candidate, we don't know the number of people who passed. So let's consider that as X. So number of passed candidate is X and their average marks was 40. Okay, and then the number of failed candidate was 20. So number of failed candidate is nothing but 150 minus X. So why do we consider 150 minus X? The number of candidates must be an addition of both the passed and the failed candidates. So we take X as the passed candidate, then the failed candidate must be 150 minus X into what is their average? The average is 20. So now you should equate both these equations. So what do we do here? 4,500 is equal to 40X plus 150 into 20 is nothing but 3000 minus 20x. So take the 3000 here, it becomes 1500. How 4500 minus 3000? Here 40x minus 20x is nothing but 20x 75. So the number of candidates who passed the exam is nothing but 75. So how did we do it? The one side, on the left hand side, you took the over number of students and their average and equated it to the pass candidates and their average plus their failed candidates into average. Overall, by solving the whole sum, you will know to find the value of x. In certain problems, they will ask you, instead of the pass candidate, they will ask you the failed candidate. So after finding x, don't stop it there. You have to find 150 minus x in case of the failed candidates. Let's go to the next sum. The next question is, the average age of students is 7 years and the average age of 10 teachers is 50 years. If the average age of group of all teachers and students is 8 years, find the number of students. So this sum is more similar to the previous sum, but here in the question they have asked the overall number of students here. So let's get started. So first, to form the equation, we should know what is the total number. So there are two things in the question. So what are there? One is the students and another one is teachers. So students and teachers. So let's go to the first line. In order to form the equation, you should know the right hand side and the left hand side. So average age of students is 7 years. So we don't know the number of students. So number and average. So number of students we don't know. Let's take it as x and their average is 7 years. Similarly, average age of 10 teachers is 50 years. So we know both the number and here. So for the left hand side of the equation, you should know the total number of students and teachers and their overall average. If the average of both the group of teachers and students is 8 years. So here we don't know the total number of teachers and students. So let's consider this equation. Total number of teachers and students. So we don't know the students, so we take it as x plus teachers. The overall average is nothing but 8 years. So into 8 is equal to, now form the equation. So they have given students is 7 years. So 7 into x plus average age of 10 teachers is 50 years. So 10 into 50. So let's solve this equation. So it becomes 8x plus 80 is equal to 7x plus 500. Take the x one side. 8x minus 7x becomes x. 500 minus 80 becomes 420. So we know the number of students is nothing but 420. Let's go to the next problem. So the next question is, the average monthly income of all the employees in a particular company is 20,000. Then they have given the average salary of the male employee is 22,000 and that of the female employee is 15,000. They have asked what is the ratio of male employees to the female employees. So let's consider male employees as x and female employees as y. So let's form an equation in a usual way. So we don't know the total number of employees, so we take it as x plus y into what is their overall average, it's 20,000. Equal to what is the male employees, it is x into 22,000 plus what is the female employees, y into 15,000. So I am just dividing it by 1000. So it becomes x plus y 20 equal to x into 22 plus y into 15. Okay, so now 20x plus 20y is equal to 22x plus 15y. So bring all the common things to one place. So 22x will go there and it becomes 2x and 15y will come here and becomes 5y. So what is the ratio they have asked for? Male employees to female employees, which is x by y. So x by y is nothing but 5 by 2. So this is the ratio of the male employees to the female employees in that particular company. In today's video, we solve more problems on the topic average. In the upcoming videos, we'll be solving much more tougher problems. So if you are a person who's looking for a job, kindly register in our freshersworld.com. Like this video, subscribe to our channel. Thank you.